When you look around these days, it's really easy to feel like something is just deeply wrong. But what if the problem isn't just political? What if it's a crisis of the soul? Well, that's the provocative argument from philosopher and activist Dr. Cornel West, and we're about to unpack his urgent diagnosis of America. Dr. West starts with this bombshell. Trump is American gangsterism crystallized. Now, he's not pulling any punches here. He's not just talking about one man. He's using that figure to unmask the American empire itself. It's a heavy claim, for sure, but it is absolutely key to understanding his entire argument. Right, because for West, the focus isn't really on the individual. It's about the systemic rot that created the conditions for this moment in the first place. Think of it this way. The figurehead is just a signpost, pointing to a much, much deeper disease within the soul of the nation. So, to really get to the heart of this, we're going to follow West's line of thought. First, we'll look at the link between the gangster and the American empire. Then, we'll dive deep into that spiritual crisis at the core of it all. We'll examine the Faustian bargain that keeps this whole system running. And finally, we'll explore West's powerful vision for a nonviolent, prophetic fight back. Okay, so let's dig into this idea of the gangster and the empire. West is really adamant about this. The problem didn't start recently. It's the culmination, the crystallization, of these dangerous trends that have been festering inside the American empire for decades. This slide right here lays out a really crucial distinction that West makes. You see, a hypocrite, he argues, at least acknowledges a moral standard. They know what's right, they just fail to do it. But a gangster, they operate in a world where there are no standards. There's no right or wrong, there's just power. It's a total rejection of accountability. And this gangster mentality, according to West, is a sign of what he calls an imperial meltdown. It's that moment in an empire's life when it starts to rot from the inside out. The focus shifts away from the common good and becomes all about pure domination and greed. It's kind of like a society turning on itself. And here's where West really drives the point home. He points out that of all the empires in history, America is unique. Why? Well, because it refuses to admit it's an empire. This crime of innocence, a term he borrows from the great James Baldwin, makes it impossible to honestly face the violence and exploitation that empires are always built on. Okay, so if the political mess is just a symptom, then what's the underlying disease? This brings us to the very heart of West's diagnosis, a profound crisis of the American soul. We're moving beyond politics now and into the world of morality and spirit. West calls this spiritual bankruptcy. It's a society that, to borrow a line from Oscar Wilde, knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. When profit and spectacle and status become our highest goods, our moral and spiritual core just gets completely hollowed out. Everything is for sale and absolutely nothing is sacred. And here we see one of the most corrosive symptoms of this spiritual bankruptcy. When lying becomes normal, when the very idea of truth is under attack, the foundation of our shared reality just starts to crumble. I mean, how can a democracy even function when we can't agree on basic facts? The philosophical engine driving all this decay is something called nihilism. It's this bleak belief that there are no objective truths, no real justice, only the will to power. It's a world where might makes right, and the only goal is to dominate and manipulate. It's the survival of the slickest, and it's just poison to a healthy society. West breaks this down into 3 key forms that are infecting our society. First, there's evangelical nihilism, that raw might makes right belief that power justifies itself. Then there's paternal nihilism, where elites justify deception and corruption by claiming the public just can't handle the truth. And finally, and this is one we see every single day, there's sentimental nihilism, the media's love of sensationalism and easy stories over the hard, messy truth. So if the crisis is this deep, what keeps it all going? West's answer is pretty chilling. It's a massive, collective act of complicity. He calls it a Faustian bargain, and it's being made every single day in the halls of power. We all know the classic story of Faust, right? Selling your soul to the devil for worldly power. Well, in the political world, West argues, this means trading your integrity, your principles, your moral compass for a seat at the table or a little boost in the polls. And this isn't just some abstract idea. Political analyst Carlos Sequest points to the remarkable ease with which political figures have sealed this moral deal, trading away their principles for access to power. It's a bargain that's made not with a bang, but with a quiet, chilling whimper of convenience. And what's the real price of this bargain? Moral and political paralysis. As Senator Cory Booker said, we're just spinning our wheels, totally unable to solve the real pressing problems facing the country because the system is just so consumed by this cynical game of power. Wow. So after a diagnosis that devastating, the obvious question is, are we doomed? Is there any hope? For Cornel West, the answer is a resounding yes. But the path forward? Well, it isn't easy. It demands what he calls a prophetic fightback. So when a whole nation finds itself in a spiritual blackout, just drowning in lies and cynicism, where do you even begin to look for the light? What's the way out? For West, the first glimmer of light is what he calls prophetic witness. Now, this isn't about having a crystal ball and predicting the future. It's about having the raw courage to speak the truth, especially the uncomfortable truths, to those in power. It's about insisting on seeing and naming the suffering that society tries so hard to ignore. It is the exact opposite of cowardice. And this isn't some new idea. It's deeply rooted in the Black prophetic tradition, embodied by giants like Martin Luther King Jr. As Dr. King knew, you can say things that will get you foundation grants and praise from the powerful, but that's not the same as speaking the truth. There's a huge difference between being successful and being righteous. Okay, so if prophetic witness is our moral compass, what's the actual roadmap? This brings us to West's ultimate prescription, a deep, radical, and totally nonviolent revolution of our values. West lays out a four-part path. First, a reevaluation of what we truly value, moving beyond the superficial stuff, like spectacle and status. Second, a reinvigoration of our public life, with civic virtue and real courage. Third, a commitment to nonviolent resistance, fighting injustice not with more hate, but with what he calls love in public. And finally, the endgame, a fundamental transfer of power from the wealthy few to everyday people. And this really gets to the very heart of West's vision. See, the goal isn't just to win the next election. It's about a complete moral and spiritual regeneration. It's about asking ourselves, how can we build a society that truly values integrity, honesty, and a deep, unwavering commitment to the least among us? So West's analysis leaves us with a final, unavoidable question. It's really easy to point the finger at our leaders, but in the face of an empire's decline and a real spiritual crisis, the question is this: what does courage require of us, right here, right now, to begin the hard work of building something better?